Hey guys, welcome to the video where I'm going to show how to do an auxiliary view of the cow catcher. And this is actually a more complicated part to start with. So if this is your first auxiliary view, welcome. But let's go ahead and bring the cow catcher on. What makes the cow catcher angled surface harder? Let's see, I'm going to get this side view. I'm going to have the cow catcher pointing to the right. This is going to be, and let's see, I'm going to kind of have it here. I want to show that side. I want to show a top view relative to that. I want to show the side with the tabs, because I need to locate and size those. So from that view, this view is going to allow me to document a lot for kind of really the size of both the top and the bottom of the cow catcher. They're horizontal planes that are parallel, and I can really get a lot of dimensions there. Get an isometric in the corner to understand that. But the need for the auxiliary view in the cow catcher arises from the angled surface on the front. You can go ahead and shade that, turn on my label. Okay, this area where I've got the inset in blue, and looking from the top view, we can see that it's laying back, it's at an angle. So if we went through our orthographic projections, I would never look at that straight on. It would always be like laying away from me, or also because it's angled this way, right? Think of if I was looking at this straight on, this direction right here would be perpendicular to my line of sight. If I turned it 90 degrees and I'm looking this way, well, this thing's still at an angle. So I don't have a standard orthographic projection to look at this flat. And even if I did look at it from this angle, it's laying back. So I'm running into two issues, and I would say it's a compound angle. So we are going to do two auxiliary views. We're going to do an auxiliary view of an auxiliary view. So just follow me here, okay? After you get these views created, you can hit pause, get those created. I'm now going to choose auxiliary view. It's like the section. It says now select the view. I'm going to choose the top view. Okay. Then it says select a linear model edge to define the view orientation. And I'm going to choose one of these angled edges here. Okay, it really doesn't matter which one. They're all parallel to each other, but I'm going to choose one of those. Then I pull kind of along the line with them parallel. And I'm just going to leave it close. This view is not the view I want, but I need it. Okay, it's not my end game. So I'm just going to click. Now I'm going to make an auxiliary of this one. So I choose auxiliary again. I choose this view that I'm going to make an auxiliary of. And then I choose an edge, one of these angled edges. Okay, it's really getting like one of these vertical lines, right? So if you think of this face having edges that ran this way and then up and down, I'm getting the up and down now. Okay, and now I'm going to pull back in this direction. I'm going to kind of let it rest over here. Click. And this is now orthographic to me. Okay, I can rotate the view, but it'll keep the same face towards me. By right-clicking on the kind of the edit view area, I can choose rotate. I'll rotate by edge. I'm going to choose the bottom, and I want it horizontal, and I can choose these options. So that makes it look pretty nice. So I'm looking right at that face orthographically. You can see that I can see the top. That's because the top tilted towards me, so that this is not slanted away, because hopefully you can understand from this view, this would be leaning back, right, if it was laying flat. So it is in essence being picked up a little bit, so it's rotated forward so that this is vertical, kind of normal to my line of sight. Okay, perfect. Now, we don't want this view, but I can't delete it. It's being used, so I can hide it, so it's still there. So it's referenceable to create this other view. I right-click on it where I would normally edit view, and I'm going to find suppress and click on that. Suppress just basically hides it. Okay? Now, there's one more view that I want to create. Let me go back and show you my completed one. Okay? And I'll come back to that so you can see all my dimensions that I created as well. But you can see I don't see that first auxiliary view. I hit it, and I've got this one. So the one thing I had trouble dimensioning with these four views was this inset is how deep it is. Okay, you can see basically a trapezoid inside a trapezoid, like an offset trapezoid. Well, we know from these other views that that inner trapezoid was an extrude cut into the face. But how deep is that? I can't tell the depth of that cut when I'm looking at it straight on. So to look at it from the side is hard too, because then the other features get in the way. So I need to slice it and remove part of it so when I'm looking I can see that edge. So I also created a section view right through that so that I can look to the side and see that. And then you got to understand that this slices all the way through the whole CalCatcher part. Okay, so what I'm interested in is just right there on the face. I was trying to get that dimension to know that face got cut by how much, and it's right there. Okay, so let's go back and add that section view. So a section view from this model, and as long as I just, it really doesn't matter even the angle. I just went vertical, and it doesn't matter if I'm here or here. I just want to be somewhere in between these two endpoints of the trapezoid and going vertical. Okay, the further back I go, there's more depth, and my view will get a little bigger. You could play around that just for curiosity. Click there, continue. But you would see the difference between like that one, and let's say if I do it again, and you know, a little closer over here to the left, you can see how that view is smaller because of where I sliced, right? The depth from my perspective right here, looking straight back, this was deeper. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you do at all, but you want to create a section view so that we can show this dimension right here. Okay, so there's the creation of all the views. You can take a minute to respace them out a little bit. Okay, make sure you have room. But keep in mind, we're going to want to locate these tabs, we want to size them, locate them, etc., and get all the views. So let's go back to the completed CalCatcher, and I will make it a little bigger. I'll try to get it on the screen. Let me kind of condense my ribbon a little bit, and I will make this bigger, and then you can pause your video and use this to try to go back and forth and try to recreate all the dimensions. If you want to challenge yourself, try to do it on your own, and then come back and check and see how you did compared to me.